Paul Boston from Actus Performance here in Toronto, Ontario. For those of you that don't know me, I am a high-performance development consultant working with organizations and businesses to help transform their people and teams into high-performance employees. Often I get asked, basically from a hiring standpoint and from a training standpoint, how do we transform people and teams for that matter into high performers? And what I've created here for everybody to look at today is the performance checklist. So this can either be incorporated into any current training programs that you have on the go or any hiring initiatives. These can be a part of your question and answer for probably second or third round interviews. But let me just walk you through what I've created here for a lot of my clients. On the left-hand side here at the top, you can see performance DNA. So that's basically the attitudes and values of high-level performers. And over here on the right, it's basically what to look for. So again, if this is something that you're going to be using from a hiring standpoint or from a training standpoint, these are kind of the behaviors you want to look for. So the quality of a high-level performer is they're about simplicity and efficiency. So, how do you get the job done the best way, the simplest way possible? And some of the things you want to look for is the use of processes to complete tasks. And they're not complicated processes, but usually streamlined processes that take us basically to that second bullet point. Basically, how can they transform a complicated process into a streamlined process? Those are great interview questions to ask, and ask your candidates to provide examples. How do they make optimal use of other team members' time? This is really important in a fast-paced business world, especially if you're running a very lean team. Again, simplicity and efficiency, high-level performers are all about that. Next, we want to take a look at excellence. A great quality a high-level performer has is their commitment to excellence. So they always want to go beyond the norm, and they're always wanting to achieve 100%. Great quality you have in a person, and it is trainable, but when you bring people on board to an organization that have this drive for excellence, it really can energize a team that may or may not be performing at 100%. Something to note, though, when you're coaching or managing these types of people, you always have to keep them in perspective of all the accomplishments they've achieved, because they're so driven sometimes to always being 100%. They do need some type of coaching. Next, you want to look at decisiveness. Are these people that you're bringing on board, or these people that you currently have on board, are they decisive people? So, how do they commit to actions and carry them out? Are they reliable at getting things done? Those are the things you want to look for in their day-to-day behaviors or their past work experience. The next one, the fourth one here, is confidence and humility. Again, high-level performers believe in their ability to get the job done, but they are always open to take feedback, whether it's from team members or whether it's from their managers or directors, and they're actually looking for that type of feedback to always improve their performance. And again, they're not the ones that take themselves so seriously, and they're the ones that basically also can sometimes sit back and laugh when things don't really go according to plan. Next, we want to look at process. I mentioned this one to you earlier. High-level performers they get motivated about those high-level goals and visions, but from a day-to-day standpoint, they're focused on the process, getting things done on time and on budget. And again, high-level performers are basically a dream person for a project manager to work with, because a project manager knows if I got a high-level performer on my team, on my project, I don't necessarily have to spend my days and nights worrying about whether or not this project is going to come in on time and on budget. Another quality to look for in a high-level performer is they're never content, and that is they're always looking to improve the processes and systems, and they're always looking for new opportunities, and that's ingrained in them. So again, asking questions around, give me an example of a complicated process that you might have been using to get a job done, and how did you make that process better to be more efficient? So that will cover off those two little key factors there that you want to look for when you're bringing on board high-level performers. Next is learning. High-level performers are all about learning. they're seeking out constantly new ways to learn and apply these new learnings. So they're the ones out there going to workshops. They're the ones, spending time maybe on their lunch hour watching a 20-minute TED Talk video, always wanting to improve their professional knowledge. And sometimes it's not always what we tend to think of as formal learning, like going back to school, getting certification or an MBA, and a lot of high-level performers do that, but they're actually all about that non-traditional way of learning, which is great in this day and age of information, because they know where to access things, and they basically know how to learn on their own and on the go. That's a brief look at the high performance checklist that a lot of my clients are starting to use. If you'd like to contact me and talk about this more, if there's any performance challenges you'd like to discuss you're facing in your organization, please feel free to give me a call at 416-429-1247 or email me at paul@actusperformance.com. Thanks, and have a great day.